Okay. So we are starting now. It's time to do it. Concerning, I already posted that on the Twitter feed, but concerning the daily close, we have had some nice daily close. So first we look at this one, which is the Euro USD. So yesterday we bounced right from the level we had said. We pointed this level days or weeks ago even. So this is the first area where we will bounce. But what happened after this bounce is we went up. Of course, we stopped on the 4 hours moving average, 2021 exponential moving average. So that's where we stopped. And then we pull back from this 2021 4 hours moving average. We see it very well here. So that's what we called yesterday. We knew this one was going to give some pullback. We had some resistances at this level too. And then we pull back from it. And now we are in between there from the dynamic support resistances. We are just under the 1 hour 2021 moving average. We should break above and keep on higher for now. So let's go back to the daily close, because that's important always to start the day looking at what happened on the daily close. So we close here above this 50% fib. This 50% fib is the weekly ABC down, and more important is the is the previous lows here we had. So we closed above it, which means that for now we have a phase break of this 50% of previous lows here. So what we can expect now for the future, we will discuss it in a few seconds. I want first to look at the same video, the same chart about the daily close on the, so I will change the screen on the Dixie. So now we are at Dixie daily close. So this is Dixie chart. We have this chart, same thing here, which is interesting. So we have a daily close under the 61.8 here, ABC up. You see, this is the daily close. So we have this close here, right on the 50% of that inside fib. So concerning Dixie, let's go ahead with it now. On a longer perspective, what do we have? Let's stay on the daily first. It's easier to look at it. So what do we have? So we phase break above this trend line, which is the inside trend line that we have there. It's a daily trend line, okay? That's not the most important. Most important, and that we have to note, is that we didn't even touch really the previous highs here. We stopped a few 0.2%, if I'm not wrong, from it yesterday, meaning market is not willing to touch it for now. You see 0.02% here. So it's important to note that. Then we have this quarterly order block, which is the reason why price has stopped in this area. If inside this week with the Jackson symposium and things like that, and the central banker meeting, especially the Powell speech on Friday, which will be important. If we would break again higher with a spike and we would touch this 1-to-1 monthly extension, that would be really perfect, because it's the big, very big ABC up that we have here. And this one has not been completed yet. So this one is starting here. This is the ABC, the green one you see here. And the 1-to-1 extension has not been touched. It's this one here, but it has not been touched yet. We stopped a little bit before on the quarterly order block and things like this. So to avoid that you ask again in the day, just keep that in mind. We are in a good place to post the high for a long term, but this one is perhaps not that one. We could still on a push see higher. In this case, this would be the really very important level to be short, and the next one would be this one. So that's what we have on the upside as a potential resistance in case we would see some move up with some events or some headline like Russia today with the Ukrainian Independence Day or things like this. Let's go back to the Euro USD. So we go back to the Euro USD, and so here we are. So that's where we are now. So if we look a little bit more intraday, that's exactly where we are now. So intraday, we have the 50% right here, right where we are now. This is the 50% I just show. I can put it, by the way, there. It will be easier. Okay, so we have everything there now. So this is the 50%. You see, we are just under it, but we are above those spikes here. So it's a little bit tricky. We need to break above this this line of spikes here. We need to break that area, and this area, then we need to break the 50%, which is at the end the complete area with the 50% here. So that's what we need to break through, and then after this we will see a follow through, which is what I expect to see. So this is the area that we need to break. We need to close back above the 50%, and then probably come back. Look, it's happening now after the London Open. So we would come back here perhaps to get some momentum and keep on going higher. So on the upside, we have on the big view chart, we have several things we are looking at. Of course, these lows here that we have broken. Then we have some 4 hours and daily support and resistances. From the fib point of view, if we would keep on going up, this is the next area only from the fib point of view that we would look at. But you will see on the other chart that we have several things. So it's important to keep always several charts, and then to gauge how is the momentum and to see how far we can go, and especially to look at the chart of the exhaustion when the price is tired, when the price is ready for a move. So when we do this, check this, we have the other chart, which is this one. So let's have a look on it. So it's the chart that I use and the setup I use to gauge the momentum. So if we look at this one here, this is a price 6 indicator. Yesterday we had everything ready for a bounce, which happened. We still have here a daily, weekly, and monthly long signal, which is telling us we have a tailwind behind us. That's very important because that tells us where we can go. See, this one is very important. We went up a little bit on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour we went up and came back, same on the 15 minutes. So we have room on the upside, and we could still pull back a little bit. That would be nice. So these 4 hours or 1 hour and 15 minutes will come back here and giving a signal with everybody aligned at the same time, which was the case yesterday when we had this one, we had that one, we had this one and that one. No, it was much before at the same time. So that's the first part. Concerning the second part, which is the volume analysis, same thing. Daily is still very low, so we have a huge potential on the upside. The 4 hours went up a little bit because of the small bounce we had yesterday, the 40-50 pips bounce we had yesterday. The 1 hour went up and then it came back this morning. That's why we have on the short term a potential of more continuation. Same thing on the shorter term time frame. If we look at, that is my pilot chart. So this one, I use it to look how is the momentum, and that's when I get long. So I get long here this morning. It was the last add I did on the 5-minute chart right here. Signal, signal, and signal. Everything was ready, and now we are looking up. We are crossing over. If you look here, we have a little bit of crossover, so we will see a pullback, and that's inside the time channel. So we could see a little bit of pullback, and I will buy the pullback as usually. So if we come back to the original Euro USD chart that we have here, let's go. So we are there. We have this 50% here. We are a little bit above it now, but we want to see a continuation. We want to see another close above on the 1 hour and the 4 hour. That would be very nice, and that would be logical after yesterday daily close. So we would come back above here and see a continuation to this area. If I just make a copy of this one and put it on the other chart, just to see what kind of confluence we have, of course, the same, which is a 38.2, the sister fib of this 50%. We have the 38.2. We have there some, let's look at it on the 4 hours. We have there some resistances, price action resistances. Let me grab that thing. So we have some price action resistances, probably some daily close. So you see we have, for example, here, we would have this daily close there, this daily candles there, sorry, not closed. So we could have this daily candle here. I will put it smaller. So we have it. And okay, so we have this information here, which is important to look at, and we would have this bottom two there that would probably give some let's say some reactions. Okay, so I will clone this one, and those two things will probably give some reaction. This one is right now, by the way. That's where we are now, and that's why we are a little bit struggling now. So we have that. I didn't put it on the chart. We come back to this one, and we see it there. So that's where we have the two things I show. Right in the middle, we have this one, which is this double fib area. Looking at the other classic chart, we have there the whole setups, or the whole, not setups, but fib we have. So you see this one, the area that we are looking at on the other charts that we just saw, which is the fib area. I will show it again just to make you understand that we are only looking at some confluences right now. And we have this confluence here together with 1140, 2140 inside fib, weekly lows of the previous week. And here you see the weekly open. So that's confirming when price would arrive, would break the 4 hours, would arrive in this area, we will see another series probably of pullback from there. So that's what we can expect this morning, I think. If we consider this move as some a kind of, not a kind, as an ABC move. So this one is an ABC move. We can look at it on another chart to have something cleaner. So if we consider this one, if we keep this low here that we have there, right there, then we can draw an ABC. Of course, if the low would change, the ABC is no more valid because the low would have changed. So the A, B, C. So the C is here for now. If we have new lows, we have new C. Okay, that's very simple. So why do we like to look at this, or what do I like to look at this? Because that gives me a real-time view of what can happen. And if this is the end, the start of that ABC upside, so you see we have the one-to-one extension right in the area we mentioned. We have the 61.8 here at 100.85, just above parity, just under that. So we would see a pullback in this area, come back in there for the 38.2 and then bounce from it. Looking on the smaller time frame, so we are now struggling on the 61.8. We came back under the 50%. And let me put it better. It's not well done. So you see we're here. If this one keep this low, again, the C, then we would break up and we could use those levels here, the pink level, as the steps for the upside move, only if we keep this low. So that's all for today. I wish you a very nice trading session and see you tomorrow or later if something important is happening.